Let me ask you something. What's the most dangerous sentence in a relationship? It's not yelling, it's not cursing, and it's not even arguing. It's when somebody looks you dead in your face and says, I'm fine. So I pose a question tonight. When someone says, I'm fine, is that peace or is that the quiet storm waiting to land? Because silence doesn't mean something's wrong. Sometimes it means nobody wants to say it first.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.
Welcome. Thank you for boarding with Land Your Plane podcast. I'm your pilot instructor, Della Nooch, alongside with my co-pilots.
I'm 34 and a half from your favorite cousin from Auntie Uncle you ain't know you had. We here. Let's get it.
Yo, it's your boy Money Bag Extraordinaire. Put the money in the bag so extraordinaire. A.K.A. Gemini. A.K.A. Let's get it.
Introduce yourself, last two people.
DeVille, 79. With a big, super big shout out to my nanu. Her birthday today. She made 92.
Shout out Grandma.
Southside legend. If you know, you know. Original.
We singing a happy birthday? Oh, now niggas want chicken out. On three. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday
to
No, happy
you.
birthday.
Oh, the black
to
one.
you.
Oh, yeah.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Go.
Happy birthday to you.
Go.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Nana.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Birthday.
I really appreciate that. I highly appreciate that, man.
Shout out to Grandma. I'm glad I could be on this beautiful day, man. How y'all feeling? How y'all living though? Let's go with y'all.
Hey, man, I woke up today, man. How's everybody feeling?
Same, man.
Sure.
Same, man.
Another one in the record books.
Blessed and highly favored. We here. Let's get it.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I appreciate that. If you could let people in the building in and out and all that. Yes, sir. Let me get to the intro then. Yo, you gonna introduce yourself, homie?
I can't hear him. Is that me?
He said my fault. My phone had glitched out. I was going through a tunnel. It's Siggy O, aka Bugsy Bo, aka I got it on me, aka I got it on me.
Everybody here, Cuzzo? Yeah, hear him?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, that's me. All right, I'm back up because I can't hear Cuz.
Copy. I was just cracking on my co-pilots. Glad to have you here. Glad for y'all to be here. Appreciate y'all showing up. Let's give them what they came for, man. Intro. The phase I'm fine functions as a linguistic shield or a double bind. It can be a way to avoid the weight of freedom, the responsibility of having to address their actual problems, or the potential conflict that honesty might bring. They may want to be left alone, but simultaneously hope someone will see through the mask. Fine is an acronym for feelings in need of expression, highlighting that the emotional energy still exists even if the words deny it. Over time, an individual may lose touch and eventually become a stranger to themselves. That was the intro of the show. What's your thoughts?
Fucked up, insane, neurotic, and emotional is the acronym that I know it as.
That
I
was a
used
good
to
one. I
say
like that.
fine all, yeah. I used to say fine all the time until I learned how to express my emotions and really tell people like what's wrong with me. You know what I mean? Back in the day, I just felt like anger was the only acceptable thing. You feel me? So I would ignore shit, ignore it until I explode, pause. And then, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, somebody done got their jaw broke, needed it rewired and shit. So,
Respectfully. It's on the floor. Anybody can jump out the window with it.
I mean, I think that being fine is, or like almost like what the hood was saying, when you just always, when everything is perfect, there's something wrong with that. However, I don't like sharing negative energy. So if I feel negative, I might not want to share that. And I'm gonna land with that.
Respectfully.
Let me say, I didn't really get to hear the full intro because I backed out, came back in.
I'll
But
repeat it for you if you don't mind.
go ahead, real fast.
I got you.
Always train of thought. Go ahead.
The phrase "I'm fine" functions as a linguistic shield or a double bind. It can be a way to avoid the weight of freedom, the responsibility of having to address their actual problems, or the potential conflict that honesty might bring.
Mm.
They may want to be left alone, but simultaneously hope someone will see through the mask. FINE is an acronym for feelings in need of expression, highlighting that excuse me, emotional energy still exists even if the words deny it. Over time, an individual may lose touch and eventually becoming a stranger to themselves.
Okay. All right. Hold on with that train of thought. A lot of I'm just using me for example. A lot of times, you know how the saying goes, no one really cares about men. You know, and then
Yeah.
especially coming from where we come from, South Side. It's like, nigga, fuck you sad for, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you crying for? Ain't no fucking crying, nigga. Get your ass up, get back in the game, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes fine can just be, yo, don't worry, I figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I respect that. Jim, you in the building? Walking the dog. Respectfully, then let's move to the first one. Someone says, "I'm fine," but clearly looks upset. First question: is saying "I'm fine" emotional manipulation? And this could be in reference or in context for a relationship, a person, but we know that this is a relationship show, so context, most of these scenarios are probably, relationship based. But if speaking from experience, you can speak from experience or, words of wisdom.
You said if someone says they're fine, is it what?
Someone says they're fine, but clearly looks upset. Is saying "I'm fine" emotional manipulation? Manipulation.
I think for me, it depends on the rest of the behavior that's being demonstrated.
Hmm.
If you're being negative and then you're saying you're fine, obviously that's going to create an issue. You know what I mean?
So if someone's saying they're fine and you're obviously not, you said that's going to create an issue.
Is when you're being when you're being, it's like if you're being like emotionally, like if I'm seeing there's an issue by how you're talking or how you behaving, how you moving, and then you telling me I'm fine, that's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
For me,
So
oh my bad.
now you can go.
Not clearly. It's just for me. It's just basically at the moment. I don't want to talk right now. At least you know I'm there when I ask. All right, I'll give you time because eventually it's gonna come out. So it's a moment. It's a moment thing.
Give you a
We're
moment.
we're
Touch it.
we're pressing the issue. Like if we press the issue, then it's gonna create like an anger point. Whoever says they're fine, all right, let me be fine. So you acknowledge that something's wrong with me. Thank you for that. Just give me a moment. And just give the moment. And then when the person's ready to talk, you know what I mean? I'm in
Mm-hmm.
with that.
I co-sign that because I'm kind of, that's kind of me. Sometimes co-sign that, definitely.
Respectfully, Sig's in the building. Who's that? That's V. Oh no, yeah, Siggy, yo, what up?
The way I feel about the I'm fine thing, I try not to say it because I know it means something different. And I do feel like it can be used as manipulation. For me, if you are upset, even if you don't want to speak about it at this current time, please let me know that you are upset so that I don't ask you to do anything for me, because as soon as you say, oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm gonna be like, I bet, can you you know what I mean? Since we good, you feel me? And now I look like an asshole by only attending to what the fuck you said. You said you was good. I'm thinking you good, we good. Back to regular
Definitely.
schedule programming. You feel what I'm saying? So now, if I'm pissed off, let's talk about me. Like Koo said, let me keep it on me. Now, if I'm pissed off, I'll be like, yo, I'm fucked up right now. Give me a minute, and then I'll bounce back. We'll speak about it, whatever the case may be. But just walking around like you're fine, especially when you're dealing with characteristics of people who always look like they're bothered, and they tell you, oh, that's just my face, or whatever the case may be. So
Yeah,
now I don't know if that's
Mhm.
just your face or if you are really bothered because you're saying you're fine.
respectfully.
And then,
Mhm.
so now I'm acting like it's regular scheduled programming. Now I got spit in my water that I didn't ask for. You understand what I'm saying? Now, now I got, yo, now I get the, oh, you just selfish. You don't give a fuck for real conversation that I don't even know where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And this is from dealing with, niggas outside in the hood and all type of shit. Like, niggas be like, yo, I'm fine, I'm straight. And then next thing you know, they getting evicted from their crib and you trying to figure out why the fuck I thought you said yeah, son, I'm gonna handle it. Whole time, you feel me? And then I didn't know you was gonna get evicted. I wouldn't have asked you to let me borrow that $100. You feel what I'm saying? I needed 100 right quick. You
Nah,
feel what I'm saying?
respectfully. It be like that. And in our culture, we taught to wear it on our sleeve. You feel me? Type shit.
Yeah, but I don't think it's just like in our culture. I think it's like men in general are taught to tuck their feelings and hide their emotions. Because if you care too deeply about anything, nigga, you a bitch.
That
Like,
and it
nigga,
shows it say that it'll potentially show a weakness type shit.
yeah,
Show a
you a
weakness in
bitch.
you.
Yeah, nigga, tighten the fuck up, nigga, get it together, nigga. Figure that, like Coot said, figure that shit out, fix that shit, nigga. But how do you fix it when it's internal and the only way to fix it is to ask for help?
That and who are the models? You feel me? If we
Yeah,
didn't inherit it or learn it ourselves, who are the models? And how do you like you said, how do you reteach yourself and how do you navigate that?
Exactly. We've all been brainwashed to some extent and
Fact.
don't even realize it.
Fact.
You feel me?
Yeah,
If a man cry, he's a bitch. He too happy, he gay. You know what I mean?
Sassy.
He
Right.
he angry all the time, he's problematic. So what the fuck can I
sassy
do?
and all that. Yeah,
All I can be is fine. I
but then
can't
they're
have
gonna
no
tell you, I
Fact.
want
yeah,
you to be a man.
Wow.
You need to be a
Well
man.
said.
yeah.
Well said.
I can't be overly anything or I'm gonna be subjected to being judged in a bad way. So
Exactly.
all I can be is fine, and that's why men, most men adapt the I'm fine thing.
Fact. Yep.
And if you try to get your point across, then you're being argumentative, then you're being a bitch, and then like Coop said, you're being sassy
Yeah.
because you're arguing. So what the fuck can I do but be fine? You know
Yep.
what? I'm fine. I'm good. I land.
Yep.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Fact.
Um, it's saying I'm fine. Emotional manipulation. Sometimes it comes off gaslighting. I know people always, not randomly, but that's the first go-to. You're gaslighting me type shit. Guilt tripping is definitely a major part. To have somebody confused and thinking why they don't know what the hell is going on is diabolical. You feel me? To really be sitting there and playing in somebody's fucking face, that's diabolical. And then after the guilt trip, you playing victim type shit. Because if you guilt tripping, confusing somebody in their mind to have them second guess the situation or what is going on is diabolical. And then that puts you in a position to play victim type shit. And then have people walking around, walking on eggshells to lead to uh, um, a further breakup. You feel me? A further separation of y'all and resentment at the end of it. Something that y'all should have resolved immediately with assertiveness, directness type shit that y'all let linger into this, you feel me? This chaos shit that nobody wants to touch now. And now this shit done, you feel me? Eroded into some shit that got out of hand. Like and the emotional manipulation of that, like I said, is diabolical for one person, male to female, female to male type shit. Usually what they do to make it more chaotic is we'll seek an outside perspective, but usually it'll be our friends. And I think that's good and bad in a way. Good because we do have some support, but however, if your friends are not the support that will give you you feel me, the truth, the honest truth, then I think we go into our friends for cheerleaders. We want to be rooted on and told that we're right. We're not really looking for the truth or resolving any problem. I think if you're using friends all the time for your, certain situations, I would say. I'm gonna land with that. V, did you hear the question?
No, I did not. I got kicked out.
Someone says I'm fine, but clearly looks upset. First question is saying I'm fine emotional manipulation?
I think it can be interpreted as such, and I think it's a form of avoidance. Some
Interesting.
people, they if you're saying I'm fine, it's you may be avoiding conflict or you not want to deal with things up front. And often it can if that makes sense.
The last little part of what you said clipped out. I didn't hear that part. Sunny Moon says, great question, Delo. What is the truth? Who can you go to if you're ready to relearn how to be the man you believe you should be? Great question. And that question, we could use that question for the panel. And she
Kevin
also
Samuels.
says exactly gaslighting and giving explanations that going expressions is not really or could be done.
I ain't hear nothing you said, brother.
Yeah, my bad. I'm trying to do a whole bunch. She says exactly gaslighting and giving explanations that it really could be or really could be done. The question she said was, "What is truth, and who can you go to if you're ready to relearn how to be a man you believe you should be?" I like cool answer. Cool answer. What you say?
Kevin Samuels.
Anybody else got an answer?
I mean, I would say I'm 30. I would say people you admire, men you admire, any man that you know that's around you that you admire, something they got going on, you could possibly try to learn from them if you admire the life they have, as far as relationships or success. That could be another way to add to it.
Don't you wonder if you admired your uncle, but that nigga's an alcoholic.
I
But
mean,
he's a good mechanic. He was, he's a good mechanic, good person. He's just an alcoholic. You admire him.
treat it like a butterfly net. You know what I'm saying? Butterfly net don't catch bees.
Respectfully.
Yeah, I got
So
nobody.
you catch what you catch from what you know.
Facts. I'm saying same like
Yeah,
Gemini.
I
You
got
know,
nobody. I got
same.
nobody.
So I had to find. You know what I mean? I had to find shit. I had
I
to
had to learn
relearn.
this
When you
shit on my
relearning,
own.
you got to get the
I
information.
had to learn this shit on my motherfucking own.
A lot of shit is
Period.
self-taught. Trials and tribulations. That's true too. But
I had to learn this shit on my
to answer the
motherfucking
question,
own.
facts.
I'm telling you, nobody. Nah, man. Everybody out for them motherfuckers selves, man. That shit crazy. So I had to learn this shit on my own,
And
man.
also rest in peace to the goat, my guru, Kevin Samuels.
Nah,
Always
shout out to Kevin. He's fire. He's fire. But I already knew. He just elevated that part, right? But I was already there. I played chess. I was already there. So he just enlightened me a little bit more. So shout out to Kevin Samuels.
Respectfully.
But all this shit I did on my own, man.
I would say, who do we ready to learn how to be a man? Well, and it's not to be the man that the woman wants. It's to be the man that I came. My supreme creator created me to be.
Correct.
I wasn't sent here to be a worker at fucking McDonald's. I probably wasn't sent here to be a damn podcast influencer. However, that's what we're doing. You feel me? So it's not the man that I'm going to be for her. Is what I got divine orders from my supreme creator. Reason why I was sent here to do what I do. You feel me? I work through that journey every day. You dig? So when it's all said and done, y'all get it. Well, who do I have some master teachers. I got throw some teachers out there. I got Phil Valentine, got Bobby Hemmett, some people that
Who are they?
these are
That's
the
why.
men that these are the men with the masculine mind that I feel is for
Shout
me the
Are
out.
mind.
That's why I ain't go there.
are these like regular people in your life, or are like celebrities, or are they like just people you admire?
That's why.
I
Yeah.
not
That's a whole.
admire, but you can admire. You can admire, but you know what I'm saying. That's how I
Yeah,
try to put it.
That's a whole different
I
world.
admire them for their mind and shit like that. Yeah.
Are they
This
like?
is a whole
Are they
different
famous?
world.
Or no?
Yes,
Or
Famous
sir.
just
to me.
regular civilians?
Yeah, regular civilians to to the
Okay.
masses, but they in the community that they're known, they're celebrities, famous to me type
They're
shit.
the celebrities,
Right.
man.
Right. That's what
Celebrity.
I'm saying. So if I wanted to like Google their name with like information on them pop up where they have like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
unlimited,
there's stories.
unlimited.
There's stories about these. There's stories about these brothers and these ladies. There's
Okay.
stories.
These brothers could talk to you for the next 20 years and wouldn't touch the same topic twice.
That's what I like. There we go.
You feel me?
I
Fire,
love to learn. I love learning. So
fire.
I
Nah,
appreciate being teach.
these are some these are real men, real men, real men.
Which goes to my second question. That was a good question, Sonny. Why do people hide their feelings?
Why do people hide their feelings? For some people, they just want you to just cater to their feelings, like you know what I mean, like tell you, like nah. So, mm,
I think some people don't even know what they're feeling.
My bad to we gotta go back a little bit. Sig and V, I didn't get y'all answers. Who do you go to relearn and for manhood? And V, who do you go for womanhood?
For
Or who
womanhood, I
did you
mean,
look up for womanhood?
this is a very deep question. I had an experience. Yeah, I had to learn. I think one of the brothers was saying he learned on his own. By trial and error is how I kind of learned myself because I was born and my mother was a teenager when I was born. So she hadn't had an opportunity to become a woman, much less, how to really navigate womanhood. And, there's certain things that are always going to go with womanhood, like the obvious things, how to keep yourself up and clean yourself and clean your house and things like that. But the emotional aspect is trial and error. And also, I find that when it comes to learning your value as a woman, especially your value to a man, it can get displaced in a single household where there's only a mother and there's no father or father figure. Then you have to kind of go out and figure that out on your own. I find that women who do not have healthy relationships with their fathers have to kind of figure out what their value is, not just based on their bodies. Does that, I know that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also who they are emotionally, who they are mentally, who they are psychologically, who they are spiritually. And it took me really having a lot of conversations with men and listening to men to recognize that if I only present myself for how I look, then that's all I'm going to be taken for, and recognized for. But if I present myself more as a woman who loves herself, then that adds value to me. And it adds value to a man who wants a relationship with. And so I have to look towards really my own maturity, trying to make it on my own to become the woman I am. I think in some cases I'm even more mature than some of the women I know were in my life as you
I was
know.
about to say that. I was going to say it was a big key word in there that you said, and it was listen. A lot of females don't want to do that. They rather listen to their friends instead of listening to their guy who tells them exactly what they
mm,
want.
see what I'm saying?
You know, but I didn't want to. But I
They want to
so
hear
big
you. They
shout out,
want to hear what you.
big
They
shout
want
out,
to hear.
big
Yeah, they
salute
want
to
to
you,
hear that other.
big salute to you.
Yeah, that's a fact. They want to hear that bullshit, man. And it's
Yeah,
crazy, bro.
I learned I was miseducated about men. And even trying to find someone to educate you on how to be a woman, but also trying to find someone to educate you on how to be a woman in a relationship with a man. It's a whole different education. And I feel like it's imbalanced these days because when I was, coming up in my younger times, all the information we were getting was not coming from men. it was mostly coming from women, you know, and they were wrong. They were not accurate. Let me say that. And I think that's why a lot of women are single or either having problems in their marriages. They just don't know. You know, they don't know. We've been miseducated.
Respectfully. Sig, before we
Right.
get to you right
And
quick,
it's
let me
crazy
get to the
because it's crazy because we know you're miseducated, but and we'll tell you, but you still fight the process. Like we'll tell you, and you still say no, that's not it. But how can you be educated when you're not willing to listen? We're telling you what's going on. We're telling you what's up. And then
Because the thing, women's
some of y'all
liberation,
just, some of y'all just will just not hear it. Nah, that's not it. That can't be it. You got to be serious. No, and we're dead serious. Yes, that's it. Just three simple fucking things. Shut the fuck up, man. That's one, man. Just learn what you signed on for. Learn something. I can't teach you. You keep on telling me other bullshit, nigga. We ain't here for that. Shit, weird, man.
Sunny Moon says, to answer my question, I'm going to say I started to hang out with older people that are married and listen to their advice about life on how to connect with other people. That's a good way. Sig, go ahead, man.
Well, I feel like on my journey to be the man that I ultimately want to represent, I've been just picking up little breadcrumbs throughout my whole entire life. For real, for real.
Respectfully.
I know I never wanted to be like a bummer or a beggar, so I get up and grind every motherfucking day. I mean, I learned that from seeing people who do that, such as my pops, my uncle Prince, my uncle Perry. Um, you feel me? And then if y'all know me, I used to hang around a pack of females and then actually have like conversations with them on, you feel me, what type of time they was on. You know what I mean? Even my mom, my aunts, and all of them, gave me little breadcrumbs. And as you get older, you see exactly when you putting the piece of bread back together, you seeing exactly where that crumb goes and how to apply it in your life. I believe a lot of us are, you feel me, learning on your own, and depending on what that look like. It ain't no fucking blueprint to this shit. I'm just observing enough and I listen enough and I
You are now. Okay.
You going in and out, cuz.
Going out, my brother. You're going out, my brother.
Sunny Moon says, Jim, if the person
Big.
doesn't believe in you and the
Can't hear
person
you,
doesn't
cousin.
believe,
You
T-Back.
talking.
Is that him?
no.
You
Hold
can't
on.
hear you.
Go ahead, say, go
Can't.
ahead. We'll go back to you. Yeah, you muted or something.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna
we
get the,
can't hear you.
I'll get the comment till we hear you. You probably have to back out, come back in. Jim, Sunny Moon said, Jim, if the person doesn't believe you and the person doesn't believe in you, then you need to find a person that will. Respectfully.
Respectfully, that's a fact.
You
100.
want to rebuttal that,
Thank you.
answer that, or
No, thank you.
land with that?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Why do people hide their feelings? I would say, and this goes back to almost the statement that I was making. I don't totally disagree with Sig, but however, when I said it's context and it's culture context. You have the Asians and the Latins. They use emotional restraint for social harmony. And in the public, everybody is smiling, bowing, doing that. Whatever they're going through, they still bow and smile, only to not cause discomfort to others. Nobody wants to see your sad ass face. You feel me? That shit is a trickle effect. You feel me? You bring sadness, everybody, people could be having a good day. You bring that sadness in there, That's all that people, ponder on type shit. And, in Western, I would say Western context, like we was saying, we hide our feelings. You come outside, nigga, what the fuck you sad for? Tuck that shit in, nigga. You feel me? Nobody want to see that. So, and we project that as resilience and strength out here. But we only hiding, you feel me? Something that didn't start off as, strength. So, why people hide their feelings? It's it's a if it's not just because you just like I said, break it down and try to say men, but then you have different cultures, and then different men do different things in different cultures and how they're raised. You feel me? Next question is: a partner becomes quiet after a conflict. Is silence a punishment,
Yes.
and why?
No, no.
Unexplained silence is a punishment. Yes.
You
That is
said
the text.
unexplained.
Yeah, unexplained. What I mean by unexplained is when you don't explain why you're quiet. Yo, I'm just taking a minute to myself, get my thoughts together. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I can process what's going on. That's explaining why you quiet. But you just go silent, yeah, it's a form of manipulation.
Hmm. Okay.
To give the silent treatment, you know.
Mhm.
That's a tactic, and form of punishment.
Silence
No,
treatment.
that's just
Or
it
or
just
I'm
got to
just
the
trying to think
point.
now. Is you going
It just
silent
got
but
to the
still
point
engaging with
where
the person? Like, see, it goes so many. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just quiet and the person is still going or still talking, or you said after though. I'm trying to
look, it's just
make sure
got
I'm
to the point
accurate
where
with the
come
answer.
on, man. And then it'd be silence, and then it's still blood boiling there. At least we got the decency to shut the fuck up because it ain't, man. We already got suckered 5 or 10 minutes of this shit.
Jim, not talking. I can't hear cause let me back up. That's fine.
Yeah, you talking.
You feel me? We did 5 or 10 minutes of this shit, possibly 7. Okay, they just keep antagonizing and then until we catch ourselves. Man, it's aggravating, man. Just please be quiet. That's
Yeah.
it. In the nicest words possible. Just please be quiet.
Context would be after a conflict becomes quiet after a conflict.
Right. That means it got nowhere. It got nowhere. Her point is going off her emotions. Like it keep bouncing, and then once she keeps bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, you gotta play catch up, and then you lose yourself just a little bit until you catch on. Hey man, we're not talking about that. Stay on topic. You feel what I'm saying? Like stay on topic. But then you done. It got to the point where my goodness, if two it takes two to tangle. One has to be the adult. Usually it's the men. Now it's just silence, man. You got it. You won, and we'll bow out gracefully. We'll bow out gracefully. We're gonna do this another way, but right now it's too hot, and you're getting me on fire. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up. So it ain't no form of elimination. It's tiring. It's toxic, bro. Like, what the fuck? It ain't about to be dumb. Just dumb shit. Like it ain't gotta even go there. Who you challenging, man? I'll take care of you. Challenging, man. Lifestyle's different. So now it's just it is what it is. Men shut the fuck up first. But women keep going with the shit. So it ain't no tactic to me. It's just enough is enough. It's not a tactic. Nigga, shut the fuck up. That's it.
Right, but you speaking on a personal experience. That's a lot of female. I'm talking generally, yeah. That's a figgity. It's a form of manipulation.
Dirt. His partner becomes quiet after
Not
conflict.
quiet and apply, or in your situation. But
Is silence a punishment?
tactic that females use. But I don't want to put it on the female. But I'm trying to stay on. Stay on course. And also with you said when a person goes silent after.
Yeah. You can hear me?
You didn't say man or female, right? Right, Mega? Right? Because
You
you
can hear
didn't say
me?
that. You just said when the person goes
Can you
silent
hear
after.
him? Can you hear him, Coop?
Oh no, I can't.
No, you
I,
can hear me.
I hear you, cuz. Are you
Oh
talking?
no, he was kind of, but you can keep going saying what you're saying and then come back in.
I'm trying. Here, all right. I'm back up.
Get the app. Get the app. Yeah. So I
Shout
would say,
screen.
I would
Can
say,
I say
stop.
something real quick, Mo? Can I say something real quick, please? I didn't base it off of like a relationship or in the world. I was just saying like in general, that's just how it is.
You can hear me, cool?
Even when
Yeah,
even when it's going to get the girl, going to get the
Nice. So I
guy.
think every time he goes out, somehow it affects it affects me too, and then I have to go out.
Go
Get the
ahead, Mo.
app.
Go ahead,
Get
Mo.
the StreamYard app. If you don't have the StreamYard app, it makes it easy. That's what TJ said. It makes it easier for sound. As far as quietness goes, I would rather some level of quietness over keep spreading a negative energy. So to me, if she's being quiet, then we not being negative to each other.
damn. See
However,
now I can't hear you, cuz. Damn.
I think that I would say I'm really like being monitoring about negative energy and what that actually means to to people and why is that such a strong thing,
I missed it.
and, and why do they have to express that so much, or why like it's almost like without counting, it's like I find myself counting how many times is this person positive and how many times is this person negative, and how many times is this person silent. Those are all relevant things to growth. I think that a silent for a moment, if it's a healthy silence that's stopping us from being negative, that's going to come to that means that we're back, um looking for a solution. That to me is not negative at all. I think that that could be extra positive. When I think of conversations now, whether they get heated or not, to me, especially in a relationship, in my mind, I'm thinking that it should be for a solution. It shouldn't just be to state problems or to say what's wrong. It should be for a way to, all right, you're stating what's wrong. I get it. So we can know what we're saying is wrong. All right. Well, what's the solution to that? That to me is very important to any potential conversation. It seems like people can name problems, but do they have solutions for the problems? It's like if I say we don't have enough money for the rent, that's a problem. All right. Yeah, we don't have enough money for the rent, and you spend your money on the sneakers. Okay. That's still perpetuating the problem of us not having enough money for the rent. Or you should have better money management skills. That's even kind of a solution, but it's still not saying how we gonna get over this problem of paying the rent. So what is that? Do you have any idea for that? So if after that, if she went silent because of that and walked away to, like I said, come to a solution, I'm not going to be mad about that or see it as a negative thing. I'm going to see it as, all right, we're trying to be solutive, and that to me is a way to be victorious and move forward. So it
Respectfully.
depends on what the person is doing during the silence. To me,
Right.
that is going to mean to me whether or not it's a negative thing. If she's just now, if she's silent and then the first time we talk again, the first thing she says to me is, "We don't have the money to pay the rent." And she hasn't thought of no ideas during that silence. And all she has thought about is probably more reasons why I'm the reason we don't have money than You know what I'm saying though?
That's all she
Yeah.
thought of.
So you was silent all night, and
Clip
now
it.
you want to come and tell me how I shouldn't buy as many snacks with my money or da da da, and how we gonna be homeless. So all right, so that silence wasn't for a solution. It was just for you to think of more reasons to address the problem. No, that to me is what's important as far as silence is concerned. What's the action that's being taken? Because like I was telling my significant other, I was telling her about my mother and my her boyfriend's relationship and how they were very argumentative and how disrespectful he was to her. And I don't like to exhibit that disrespectfulness in my older age. I have done that as a younger person, but as I get older, and then especially my life just being almost taken away from me, I changed my mindset of thinking of certain stuff. So it's like I don't want to be calling you a stupid B. I don't want to be saying how you nothing but a D sucker. I don't want to be saying those things. I've been not felt like that. So it's like I don't want to start being angry at each other and calling each other names. And I feel like when you're attacking somebody and they're not attacking you back, it's almost like you're bullying them because now it's just one-sided. So if I'm looking for solutions and you're looking for better ways to attack me, it's always going to look like it's going to create an animosity amongst us. And with my older age, that animosity is getting, especially with me less returning the animosity or the anger, it's harder for me to get over it because when now it's time for us to be loving, I don't know how we switching. So I don't know how to switch like that. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not a TV. I just can't switch channels. I'm not a radio. I just can't switch stations. I can't switch from the hard rock station to the R&B station like that. I
Nigga, me
needed to
too.
be
Fuck, bitch, you remember the fuck you just told me? Fuck you
so
talking about?
so it's like to me, yeah. So I
Hey,
kind of
fuck you talking about?
I would rather a productive silence if that makes sense. And I'm gonna land with that.
Fuck out of
Respectful.
here. Yeah.
Sig, you heard the
Without the curse words.
question?
My bad.
V?
My bad. My bad. That's a fact, though. Somebody
Is
talking?
silence a partner becomes quiet after conflict? Is silence a punishment?
They become quiet after conflict.
Yeah. Is silence a punishment?
Nah, that's a W.
And why?
What you mean?
Why is that a dub?
Um, because when I say shut the fuck up, don't you think it'd be wise for you to shut the fuck up?
Respectfully.
That's why I won, nigga.
Well, now
if I
you
make
didn't.
if I
Well,
make you shut the fuck up,
the context is you not telling them to shut the fuck up. Context is they just shut the fuck up after y'all have a conflict.
after we
Is
have a conflict, so we arguing, right? We
y'all
arguing, right? This is what you saying. We arguing, and
y'all
then
done?
yeah, and then she get quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Bet I won. It's a knockout. What are you talking about? Add it to the list, nigga. Fuck you mean? Yeah, she
Respectfully.
gonna sit over there and be mad for a couple hours, cause nigga, nobody like to lose, nigga. But I won, and then I go about my business. A win is a win. I don't look. I don't kiss a gift horse in the mouth. You know what I mean? See, I argued to come to an understanding or a solution, like Dirt said. So once you be quiet, you either telling me that you understand or you respect my solution.
Respectful.
That's the bottom line. And if you're quiet, I don't take it as nothing but a dub. I won. If we fight in 10 rounds, nigga, and then he hit the mat and he don't get up, what's that? It's a win.
It's a dub in my book.
All right, that's all I'm saying. I ain't arguing for my health, nigga. I don't know when I'm gonna take my last breath. You
Respectfully.
quiet, I'm quiet, nigga. And I'm gonna go on like life is good. I'm gonna wake up in the morning and be all right because I got the dub. And I'm
That's
gonna
it.
call everybody and let them know how I had to sun that motherfucker last night.
Sonny Move says
Word
crazy.
up. Sometimes you gotta son a
Crazy.
nigga. You know what I mean? Word up. Y'all can take
V,
it
I
how
don't
y'all
know if you
want it.
land. V, I don't know if you landed. Did you jump on that question? Is silence a punishment?
I can't hear her if she's talking.
No,
No,
she
she not
ain't talk
talking.
yet. She ain't
All right,
Okay.
speaking.
we move to the second question. We'll circle back around. Second question is what emotion usually hides behind silence?
Defeat.
Defeat. We got one for defeat.
It depends. Again, oh nigga, huh? Revenge.
That's what I was thinking. I was
You know what
gonna
I'm
say
saying?
revenge.
But again, I also, if you want to speak, yeah, one of those. Also, like solution. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on what you're doing with. I had one of those. Speaking on me, also, you know,
Respectfully. Yeah, I was gonna pick revenge too. I would think somebody sitting in their silence, they figuring out how to try to get at you. And not like you're saying,
It
punish.
depends. It depends on where it goes. Like if it goes there, then nigga, if you got somewhere else to sleep, go over there for the night. Just period. Go over there for the night. It's
Yeah,
not
I'll
wise.
separate
It's
for the
not.
night.
It's not wise to stay there. And you got the victory because she was. Oh no. Mm. And what type of girl you got? Right? You can go downstairs if you got it upstairs. You can go in the front room if you got a flat. Right?
grudge.
You see what I'm saying?
I can keep
But
going.
if you got
Grudge, yeah,
if you
that
got
too.
one of them, if you got one of
Yeah.
them, go on spend the night at your mama's house. Because that's where you was at. And she'll vouch for you, right? Your mother will vouch for you. Timestamp everything, video record because it's recording everything. When you get in the car, this is where I'm going to record it because she got some shit up her sleeve, man. Silence of the lambs, nigga. Like, nah, nigga.
Doesn't
Respectfully.
always mean. Sometimes it may mean that she's hurt too, and if she's gone south, she just may be hurt. And it's not always about winning and
That's
about
why I like the
to
woman's perspective.
you know, she just may be hurting. And because when a woman wants to be with a man, it's not. We want to feel safe. And I know in arguments, it's win or you lose or you win and I lose. Sometimes it's just about we come to a place we can be in agreement. It's a lose thing. I want to feel safe with you.
That is
You and
such a
Sonny is in
such a
agreement
that's
because
such a
Sonny
lady
says
answer. See that? See
It
that?
is.
confusion.
It
They ain't
is,
run
and I
into a
and
lot
I
of
do,
those.
and I love my sister. You
That's
really,
Yeah.
yeah.
facts.
But
That's what's
this is
up.
not
It
it.
need that feminine energy. See, and this will happen a lot of time. I don't niggas don't run into that type of energy. They could be running into the lot of testosterone. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
niggas, like,
yeah,
Respectfully.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, yeah,
yeah,
nah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna show you energy. I'm gonna prove you energy. It don't be that type of energy.
It
Let's
ain't,
let's
man.
keep it
Listen,
real here.
listen,
Yeah.
very much so, very much so. It ain't that type of party over here,
Well,
and we
I think
love
as
you, sister.
as modern women, we have been convinced to operate in our masculine. Especially today as a woman in modern, it's more considered powerful if a woman can be in her masculine, more aggressive, louder and instead of harder, and but that's not natural, not organic. It's really part of the we've been conditioned. It's a survival technique as well. Because since the 1970s, especially in the black community, the black man has been removed. When the black man is not there, we have to.
I say it all the time,
It's,
don't I? I say it all
you
the
know,
time.
We have to.
Respectfully,
We
the
have to
women
protect.
say
You
the
have to,
same
because
thing.
you got to protect yourself. So it's a form of protection. If there's no men there, you're protected, and you got to kind of, you know, show yourself up a little bit. Give you a really funny example. I met a guy who had
Yeah.
a farm. He had chicken on the farm. They would take the cock of the chicken coop or whatever, as the cocks would, and it would just be the hens and the chicks. And so when the cocks were in the chicken coop, some of the hens would take on a more masculine role because they had to remove it. So, no pun intended. But, so it's kind of similar situation, when the men are not there, the way they've been displaced in the Black community, and particularly, and the women take on a it's really to protect the children, because that's how nature does it. Nature is
You
designed
said, you said, you
for
said, you
children.
said,
Yeah, do
can you
y'all hear her
repeat?
going in and out? She's breaking in and
She is.
out. Am I correct?
She's
I can
going
hear
in and
that. Yeah,
out.
I hear it, but I can hear that most of what she's saying. I can put it together.
Yeah,
I
we
just,
hear what you're
I'm
saying,
trying to
but
get the
you are
last.
breaking in and out a little bit. But we could put it
I'm,
together. We know what you're saying. But you and Sonny agree on the same. Said the women said the same thing. Confusion, and maybe they just want to feel safe. Respectfully, interestingly
Yes.
too.
Women always want to be, I mean, in a very natural, primitive way, we want to feel safe. Without all this influence of society and all the BS that we got in our psyche, and a very organic, we want to feel safe.
Then why challenge? Why challenge? Why would you?
yo, man,
Why?
get out, yo, man, I'm about to say it, man.
And I'm not
What,
saying you.
what, what,
I'm not saying
what?
you. I'm just using you because you're a female. So I would like a female's point of view of
Right, you feel
understanding
me? The way
stuff.
you're expressing it and the way you're
So
saying it. Now we
Be-
want to know what it's it for. What do you
Because when,
no, what is it? What is it that you need to do for wanting it done for you? Because if y'all challenge each other all the time, ain't you up one? Like, ain't you up one when like you got that guy? You up one. So what are you challenging that for? What does that mean?
okay, so when we got the guy, what are we challenging it? You mean the getting of the guy, or challenging him?
Yeah, why are you
Challenging
challenging
him.
him in
You know,
conflict, in position, and status?
what you
because,
say? Now you say you want to be safe. You want to feel safe and all be understood and loved, and you know what I mean. How you just lately put it out. I'm just saying. Then why a lot of females seem to challenge the guy?
okay. Um, Again, it goes back to psychological. You have to understand there's this thing called discernment. And so when we are not in our organic way of living, we live in a society, we live in places like New York, we live in places like DC, Philadelphia, whatever. So once you take us out of our organic natural way, we're going to take on to survive in society. So when I'm in a relationship and this man, and he is endeavoring to take care of me, do whatever, when in a natural world, that would look like protection, but in an unnatural world, it can get corrupted, and it be what looks like protection doesn't look like protection anymore. It looks like control. So, because now there's all this controversy about the comedian. She went on the other day talking about, marriages and relationships are slavery or something to that effect. And so it looks like control. So where we used to be in nature, where the man would protect us from everything and do the hunting and do all these things, which is very much still a part of a man's nature. You can take a lion out of the jungle, but it's still going to roar it, even if it's in a zoo. So it's the same, men are men, they still have that program, but that program gets corrupt once you put in an unnatural environment. So now we're in an unnatural environment. We're living in a concrete jungle. So if something so as natural as wanting to be protected and provided for, it doesn't look like that in an unnatural world. It looks like control. Does that make sense?
Fellas,
Well, Yeah, see, I can keep going. I don't want. Okay,
But
I'm gonna
I
do it.
mean, did you get your answer? You asked what was the challenge? Why the
nah,
challenge?
I'm
Eh,
gonna leave it alone because
eh, eh,
she still said it feels like control, right?
I'm
It.
right,
So I'm
I'm
gonna
but
leave it
saying there's
alone.
a
but
I'm
reason.
saying she gave you the
so
There's a
perspective. That was
reason
the
No,
answer. You
why.
asked for
I'm
an answer.
and I agree. I'm gonna
but
leave it that way. I'm gonna leave it
right.
that
Okay,
way.
Let me say
respectfully.
this. So ain't that if I'm the guy and I'm supposed to protect you, shouldn't I have control? Not in a controlling way of your life, like but ain't it supposed? I ain't supposed to be the leader. If I'm the leader, I'm supposed to have control. Am I correct?
In it's the timing of it,
No,
right?
no,
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 I had
Now
no,
to
it's
learn.
no,
I had to
no,
learn
timing.
it too. I
no,
had to. I'll give you an
no,
example.
no,
I'll give you an example.
But
no,
is that right or
no.
wrong? Is that right or wrong?
Mm.
You're it. I know the
You
language.
agreed to me. You agreed to me. Look, you agreed to me. So it's not control at the end of the day. Is there's something that you see in me. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. You want to make
Hold
it
on,
this,
hold on,
this.
Jam, because you're just making a statement. She's answering it. The question is to V. I understand your statement, but after she make her statement, then we hear your thoughts.
No,
Okay.
we always
We're
talking,
trying to
bro.
get to a place of solving. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we're dealing with each other, especially if we're dealing with each other as black men and black women, one of the things that all of us have to consider, no matter where we're from or what our economic status is that we are a traumatized population of people. We have been traumatized. Black men have been traumatized. Black women that just work
Uh,
now
Oh
go with me,
man.
okay,
just wait with
okay,
me, because
okay.
if this affects our psyche. Okay, so we're made up of spirit and flesh, right? So our flesh is ego, our flesh is our psychological. Your psyche is the part of you that is intellectual. It's the part of you that gets educated by your environment, where you pick up information from school, from church, from family, from the streets. All of that is going to make up a paradigm of what you believe is right or wrong. Now, if you have a certain way you've been raised, and then these influences, they help you to see life in a certain way. Like you may have been raised, your grandmother and grandfather were together for 70 years, your parents were together for 50 years, and now you've seen, psychologically, you've picked up intellectually, this is the role of a man and a woman in a relationship, and you just follow that. But then you can that can get corrupted. You can go into a whole different world where that doesn't apply. And so now, it's like, okay, does this man really love me, or is he trying to control me? So that's where the battle starts. It's not an organic battle. It's a part of the program that we've bought into. We're being programmed. Women, we've bought into a lot of things that actually takes away from our femininity. So but we want to be our own boss, we want to be all these things. So sometimes when you, especially if you've been a woman who've been single for a long time, and you've kind of become very independent, so when a man steps up, there's almost a sense of like, I'm losing control of myself that comes in, and then you kind of, there's like a fear, and then you start to argue because now you're afraid. And it's a psychological thing. It's not real, it's not spiritual, it's literally psychological. And if all of us can recognize that, okay, this is psychological, this is a part of the program, but you have to have that wisdom to recognize, okay, am I being real, am I being authentic, or am I operating from my program? Am I operating from my trauma? Am I operating from my pain? That's where healing comes in, because that's where you develop who you really are. You discover, okay, this is who I am, and this is what's going to work. Because at the end of the day, no, it's not going to work. If you're going to be combative with a man all day long, it's not going to work. It's just not. And I've seen it. I know that there's ways that you can be where it can be healthier in a relationship, how you talk to a man. But if you're constantly displacing him as his role as the protector, is yeah, there's always going to be issues there.
So now it's like we both the men. That's how we come in this ratio. I'm the man and you the man.
Right. That's where the program comes in.
That's the new relationship now. Okay, I'm just trying to
But I'm
understand.
just saying, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not
Can,
saying
can I
it's right. I'm saying,
Yeah.
And you supposed to be and you supposed to be old school. Like make that make sense.
can I say
But
something?
you ain't even come up
Yeah.
that way.
and I learn with that.
I want
Jim,
to say
hold
it.
on.
Thank you.
Jimmy, that's your
Well
rebuttal?
said. Thank you so much. I appreciate your answering that. Thank you.
Go ahead, Dirk.
Yeah, Dirk.
I just want to talk about that old school statement. I think it's funny on both sides when guys or girls expect somebody to be old school because it's like really we live in a different time. That's like me expecting my kid to be old school. My kid has his own cell phone. I had a house phone that I had to pay every minute I talked on. We're living a different life. So you expecting me to be like your grandfather who didn't have Instagram. You telling me how your grandfather never went on Instagram. They didn't have internet when you had a grandfather. That's like me saying your grandmother only slept with one guy. You know what I mean? So it's like those old school expectations that we put on each other in a new relationship is archaic and it just doesn't make sense to the growth. And as far as leadership,
What do you mean? What is the old school expectation?
those ideas that I learned love from my grandfather or my grandmother or my mother or my dad. This is how a person should be is not really key is in a new time. Those things are not always relevant
Yeah,
because
but don't we want to deal with someone at least our age? So if you know what I mean, like this is the question. So
yeah,
old
no,
school
you're
is the
correct.
70s, 80s, 90s. So if we grow
Yeah,
up, even though life could be different when you get back together, but that's where we wanted at. The principles with that era, them principles.
but
Them
those
principles meant
principles of
something.
what era? Because the reality of life is this is our era. We're living currently. We aren't living in the past. We're currently living. We're currently alive.
That only goes. I'm not challenging you, brother, but I'm just saying that only goes to if you got a girlfriend in this era, like one of these girlfriends.
Yeah. So
But if
where?
you,
So where's your girl coming from?
I would rather someone who's already knowledgeable,
I
so
mean,
we ain't got to do all the baby steps.
it sounds
That's just
good.
me.
That sounds good. I get that. However, any relationship I've ever seen that is successful is going to take time and growth and learning each other
Respectfully.
and
Respectfully.
learning how to conversate with each other. So essentially, those would be the baby steps because I'm learning how to talk.
To you,
I'm learning how to walk.
with you.
I'm relearning these things that I've already learned how to do in a new situation based on our new unionship. However, what I'm saying is when you basing your love off of old school love in a modern time, I'm not gonna say it's never gonna work, but I can see the flaws in that. And as far as leadership identity, I think that the problem with that is I see that I remember I was telling somebody they was talking about whether or not they think a guy's a leader or not, and if the guy can prove they're a good enough leader. And I remember I said, if I was in the desert right now, walking around the desert, and I bumped into a general, a person who told me they were a general, I wouldn't need them to prove to me they're a general. Like I'm not gonna ask them a bunch of general questions if I'm in the army. I'm gonna know either they're a general or they not. So leadership is one of those things where you should either know the person is a leader or not. And you can't expect success from a person or a situation where you're not respecting the leadership. Because if
Facts.
I'm supposed to be the captain on the boat and we're supposed to be going to India and we don't make it to India, but the whole time you was complaining about whether I turned right or left, maybe that's why we ain't make it. Or if we end up turning the whole boat around or I jump off, is because what? That's what's been done and that's what's been dictated. So it's like either you believe in the leader you're being led by or you shouldn't sign up for the program. I have to quote the comedian, or I forgot who the guy who talked about it. Maybe it was Dick Gregory. I forgot. who talked about how people can work at a job and have complete compliance,
Mm-hmm.
but then when they're in a and you know all of those factors that Venus has said before about where we grow up at, where we live at, the lives we live, most of those things go out the window when your paycheck is on the line and your housing is imperative to you making sure you maintain that job.
Yeah.
To me, you should have the relationship the same way. It should be, oh, I'm with this guy because I think he's a leader, not because I think he may be a leader, because I know he's a leader and I'm gonna follow this path to see where it ends. So I could get maybe I can help success, but as long as I'm fighting and combating, I'm stopping the success whether I realize it or not. If I had to argue all night long and then I got to go to work the next day, I'm less likely to get the raise.
Respectfully. Clip it.
I concur with my brother, man.
Sunny Moon says you must get to learn the person's character to find better ways to love them. When you guys are in places that you can't find a way to love each other. Respectfully. Tesla, shout out Tesla. She in the building.
I say that
Respect,
in the
respect.
silence thing, I think that silence to me is again, hopefully is contemplating and thinking of better ways to communicate with each other. Because
Again,
I I also believe
Yeah.
in I believe in over communication where people are just communicating just to be talking in a fear of silence. So now
true.
because I'm over communicating, I'm becoming disrespectful or I'm getting disrespected. We're not communicating for the purpose of solving the problem. We're just talking to talk. I'm a better thinker in silence. I write some of my best jokes in the shower because I'm alone by myself. I'm a person who thinks better like that. So if I'm silent and not talking, I'm hopefully thinking about something, and I would hope the same for the person who's being silent, that they're thinking of a better way to approach me and the problem that we have that created the conflict in the first place, and not wanting to put more. I'm a strong believer that people add conflict on top of conflict in relationships. That we
All
have
on
one,
the context. I gotta
huh?
say, silence is all on the context. Again,
Yeah,
like you said, like, yeah, you know.
because I feel like people add problems on problems. Like I said, if we complaining about the rent being paid, but you called me a bum ass, broke ass person because the rent ain't getting paid, not only is the rent not getting paid, which is a problem, now your name calling or how I think you view me is also a problem. Now we have more problems than we even had originally. So instead of calling me a bum and a broke and all this other stuff, if you chose to be silent to hopefully come to a solution or even wait for me to come to a solution and not allow yourself to just talk and then call me names or do something crazier, that to me is respectable. I can respect that at a high level. But if you're it's all about what are you walking away for? Why are you being silent? What is that silence for? Is it so we don't be disrespectful? Because I would rather silence over disrespect. And I'm gonna land with that.
Respectfully. And that goes for and that's a question for everybody. What you choose, silence or disrespect? That's
No
one
one
for
wants to get
silence.
no one wants to get
Silent.
disrespected. I think, yeah,
Silence.
Silent.
definitely.
Silence
Always
at
silent.
two.
That
At
definitely
three.
can go real bad, real fast, and
Yeah,
go
man. You
somewhere
keep
where
poking that. If you keep poking at that motherfucking bear,
somewhere
you
no
gonna
one
get what you
really
asked
wanted
for.
it.
Nigga.
I only got three
Nah,
silences though. Six
I
silence.
silence
because
is
I
it.
think that's like a non-negotiable.
You
I
are
don't
you
want to
Go,
hear about
go,
it.
asking
go,
like
go, go, go on to the corner, play some music, smoke a blunt,
you
drink
All right,
you
some.
so
talking?
that's
Right?
five. All right, and
Go on
I
over there,
pick
mind your
silence too.
motherfucking business,
I,
man.
I just
Well,
want to
I'm
make sure we
asking.
all on the same. We all on the same
No,
flight. That's why I'm trying to
well,
get a quick vote.
I don't think we are. Are you asking if I'm gonna be silent or
No.
gonna
Are you taking
disrespect?
silence or disrespect as in reference to Mo's landing?
I'm asking, is that for them to be silent or me to be silent?
No, he said he choose silence over disrespect. And then as he landed, I would say, all right, that's a question for everybody.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying, is that for the opposer or for me?
It would be for you.
Oh yeah, I choose disrespect every time,
All
and I
right,
don't.
see, I knew everybody wasn't gonna be on the same flight. See, so we got
Nah,
one. We got
I
one.
am, I am,
See,
Mister. This is what you wanted.
good question because I was thinking the other way around. That's why I said I think everybody was thinking the other way around. So
Nah,
it was vice versa. Yeah, you
I'm
know.
No,
Mister.
he's thinking right. That nigga's that's what type of time he's on.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
so
what I'm on. I'm Mister. Fuck around and find out. You get an attitude. Oh yeah, let's go
I
there.
still I still
Yeah,
choose silence though.
word up. Curse outs, everything. I'm about all of that because I don't project violence and I don't. My whole thing is peace. So if you come in here with that bullshit and that, yeah, it's gonna get real disrespectful real quick. Nigga. I go too motherfucking hard in the
Respectful.
paint. I go too hard in the motherfucking paint.
Respectful.
Facts.
Let's pay
And all
some
of these,
bills. Bathroom break. Oh, go ahead. My bad. I ain't. You
yeah.
landed.
So I ain't gonna deal with the stresses in the world and then come in here and deal with the stresses in my house. Hell no. I'm gonna give you everything I got because that's what you wanted.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not choosing silence. I have an issue. Once I start feeling like a bitch, or you trying to bitch me, oh yeah, it's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Yep.
Oh,
It's
double wrap.
rapsies. It's rapsies for that. And
And
I
that's
land with that.
scenario.
Respectfully, let's pay some bills. Bathroom break. Water. Do everything that you gotta do. See you when we get back.
Look for something to eat and you want something with just a little bit more flavor? Go to Ivory's Flavor Jamaican Food. It's located at 417 Georgetown Street, number 130, Lexington, Kentucky. Get you some food with some flavor, man. Get you some of that Ivory flavor. Tell them 34 and a half sent you.
Where you wanna be in your heart, we call that heart to heart. My game.
You are his supreme clientele. You are talking to Vanessa.
Betty Malcolm, I could be your rider. If you're the cannon, I could be Mariah.
Come in here and get a fresh haircut.
If you be the water, I can be the fire. I'm a guy, and you could be Messiah.
In other words, leave that in here a different person than you came in.
You try to put crazy thoughts in my head.
Welcome back. Welcome back. How's everybody feeling? How you feeling? Hello. How's everybody feeling? How we living? We good?
Blessed and highly favored.
Oh,
Yes,
we
indeed.
still need
I
we still
second
need
that.
another
Blessed and
commercial.
highly
Everybody not
favored.
back.
Mm.
Loving this conversation. We need to hear these things to get closer to an understanding. We trying to get to the solution, Sunny Moon. We
I'm gonna have to
understand
leave, and
each
I
other.
gotta go. I gotta go. I wish I could chill with y'all for the whole flight, but I gotta go get something to eat. I'm fake starving.
Respectfully, I appreciate you,
You
hopping
fake
on.
starving, so that means like you're not really starving, right?
Yeah, you just faking it.
I'm not.
You're
Yeah,
making
I'm not.
yourself you're making
I'm.
yourself believe that you're starving.
I am not starving. That is true. To say I'm starving would mean I haven't ate in days. It takes days to starve. You can't just starve from the
Okay,
last
so
time
it's
I ate.
fake.
That's what I said.
So
So
so sit your ass down and relax.
okay, just be silent, so I don't have to be. So you don't be disrespectful.
Never disrespectful.
Y'all using the tools that fast. Look at that. Someone says nothing but starts acting distant. Question is passive behavior worse than confrontation?
Passive behavior can actually be a form of manipulation. It could be a form of being passive aggressive.
And emotional abuse.
Yeah.
A lot of people who use passiveness are emotional cowards and fear confrontation. So pretty much they just, scared to death, scared to look. I've never been that person to just hold and harbor and walk around with an attitude. It just looks so gay to me.
Respectful.
Yeah. Females do that. As a man, I can't see myself doing that.
Facts.
So, honey, that's 100.
I didn't even hear half right. I already know. That's fact.
Yeah.
Question.
Okay,
I got you,
hey,
cool.
I, I,
Someone,
I concur with my brother. Period.
some, I got you, cool. Someone says nothing but starts acting distant. Question is passive behavior worse than
Nah,
confrontation?
nah, I heard that. I was talking about Cuzzo. I didn't hear half what he was saying. I heard the
Oh,
beginning,
copy.
and then I heard the end when he said female do that, and that's fact.
Stand.
Word up. What he said. Females. Word. Fuck them. Fuck them
And I'm
preachers.
not. Nah, I don't want to.
Nah.
I'm not trying to get on. I don't think I had that like that.
I'm
But I
fucking with
definitely
you.
just we keeping it real. We being
Yeah,
honest. We been as an honest panel. Yeah, in fact.
yeah, facts. Yeah, ain't no walking around with an attitude. Niggas who do that in the hood is scared of somebody in the hood, respectfully. But yeah, that's just my insight.
I agree. Along the lines of like a resentment, you know, and then you can't trust a person. You can't trust a person like that that's harboring these invisible, unknown feelings. And as a partner, yeah, it would ruin it. You would start to, resent, revenge, and all these thoughts that can't be confronted because of this behavior.
I can't even defend myself if I don't know what's going on. We can't come to a solution if I don't know
Respectful.
what's going on. I can't give insight on something if I don't know what's going on. And then you put me in a state of turmoil because I got to keep asking you, "What's up? What's going on? You good? You good?
What
Yeah,
happened? You all right?
yeah."
You good? Did I do anything? Like, what the
And
fuck?
then now I'm getting angry because I feel like I'm
You
dealing with a
ain't saying
child.
nothing, man. You just went right here.
Yeah, I ain't.
For real, I'm
Yeah.
getting angry because I keep asking, and I'm getting angry because I'm asking, man. It's not how we playing this shit, man. What's wrong?
Yeah.
Get that shit over with. The fuck you doing?
And I like that because I like the fact, you feel me. I like my masculine, my fellas. I love the point of view. However, V, I love hearing the woman perspective because it's not that it's so different. It's good to hear a woman's perspective because like you said, like Koo said, we're around a lot of testosterone, so we always hear it from our point of view, locker room style, barbershop style type shit. You feel me? So
And I
I
find it just as refreshing to hear you all. And that's how I got the
respectfully like,
nickname,
yeah,
the
it's
Venus.
like a
I told you that's how I got my nickname, the Venus, because I listen,
Venus
and
flytrap.
um I love learning from men. I love hearing what men have to say, because I think society has silenced men in a lot of ways, silenced masculine, and so it's really, it's good to also hear what's on a man's mind, what's on his heart, how he's feeling. So I enjoy it. I enjoy
Respectfully.
it.
Is passive behavior worse than confrontation?
I think it can be dangerous if it's passive aggressive.
Mm.
And I think an example of a very famous
Well, I
example.
think I think the scenario is using behavior, but obviously we know that niggas ain't just gonna be passive nice. So we're probably talking about passive aggressive.
Well, a passive, I think once one of the brothers mentioned about, women, we tend to be a little, use that passive behavior as a form of being passive aggressive.
Yeah.
And I would have to catch myself sometimes if I caught myself being passive aggressive. I would even ask my man, "Am I being passive aggressive?" And we might make a joke out of it. It's like, "Ew, I hate passive aggressive behavior." So I would have to, like, just make sure I'm not, doing something, like that, because sometimes when you want a man to do something that you want him to do, um, there's that emotional thing, and that's where the passive aggressive behavior comes in. We all know with Fatal Attraction, that was the most famous example of passive aggressive that we all know historically. For those who know what Fatal Attraction, I might be dating myself right now. Um,
I know the
she was,
movie.
Nah, we with
I'm
you.
familiar
We
with that
with you.
movie.
Yeah, I know them. I know that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
We familiar with that
that's what
movie.
passive aggressive is. I'm going to kill myself if you don't if you don't do what I tell you to do. I'm going to hurt myself, and then all of a sudden they're using guilt to get the person to do what you want them to do. That's passive aggressive, and so it can be dangerous. It can be dangerous.
Respectfully.
I land with
Next
that.
question. Next question is why avoid direct communication? Why do people avoid direct communication?
Because a lot of people don't know how to communicate.
I would agree with that.
Again, a lot of people just, you know, talk to not get understood or miss the whole understanding part to come to a solution. It's just talking at usually.
Respectfully, my bad.
They just want to hear themselves. They just
My
want to hear
son Shady's
themselves.
getting big. Yo, you got any tips?
You said what?
I say you getting big over there. You got any tips? Like I'm trying to get like you. Workout regimen.
Nah, nah. Just lifting up kids and babies all day, pretty much. Carrying
Uh,
them. I got one just flipping on my bed right now. Just totally disrespectful.
backflips. Backflips only.
Can you repeat that again, man? Because I was saying something.
Oh, my bad. My bad. The question is why avoid direct communication?
Why? I lost my train of thought. Circle around. I thought something else.
It's the scenario was from someone says nothing but starts acting distant. Remember, we was just talking about
Why?
the passive
I,
behavior
I,
worse than
I,
confrontation.
I was about to say something, but I lost my train of thought. So I said circle around.
My bad. Why would one avoid direct communication? Because they enjoy hostility. They love chaos. You feel me? They're not interested in resolving no damn problem. You feel me? And in that, I would say scenario, truth hurts a lot of people. Some people are not ready and prepared to hear the truth
That's what it
so
was.
fast or so quickly when when
Accountability.
it,
Yes.
yeah, you feel me? They're not
That's
ready
where I
to
was.
hear
That's
it.
where I was going. I swear to goodness, I was
Yeah.
going there.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
I
So,
feel
go ahead.
And
I feel
Constructive
like it's
criticism. A lot of
I
people
f-
can't. Yes. Yeah. All right.
I feel like it's several reasons why some people would avoid communicating. Um, One being is if we have conversed about this certain situation several times to no ends and to no means, and then it makes everything more hostile than it was in the beginning.
Yeah.
Um, that's one reason. Another reason somebody can avoid confrontation, like I stated before, emotionally cowardice. They just don't want to deal with the feelings of the conversation or deal with the confrontation as a whole because of what they might say or what they might do or what you might say or what you might do. Um,
What truth
Another
might come
reason
out.
or what truth might come out. Another reason somebody could fail to communicate is because they don't trust you with their feelings
That's a good
as
one.
a whole. They could think that anything that they say or do goes on deaf ears. Um,
Good one.
is yeah, it's several reasons why somebody can avoid communicating as a whole. I don't think it's as cut as dry as people try to make it seem.
Yeah,
And then there is the last factor. Some people don't know how to communicate. They know what they're feeling, they know what is doing to them, but they cannot articulate the right sentence for the next person to understand. So with that being said, especially if they try to say it, try to say it, and every time they try to say it, it comes out wrong, then they'll just stop trying to say it. So that'll be another reason somebody would avoid communicating just because they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to articulate it to make it make sense.
respectfully. That's when they should reach out for, a perspective. Because
Oh
somebody
yeah.
may have the words that they've been trying to say. Like you said, they just don't know how to articulate it. So, reaching out is always good. I would say also assertiveness, even if you don't, even in that point, you don't have the words to say. You know in your mind what you want to display, what you want to say. You just don't have the words to say it. By being assertive, that's just standing up for your needs and remaining respectful at the same time. So in that heat of the moment, if you can do that, that could eliminate long term or longevity problems. Like you said, it could start a resolve. You dig? I think V, you was saying something or sick or Coop.
Can you repeat that?
Question is, why avoid direct communication? Why would one avoid direct communication, or why would you
I landed
avoid?
already. I said it all. I said the person doesn't know how to communicate.
Oh, okay, copy.
Um,
Yeah.
I think for the
I like
sake,
that.
some people, there's that dynamic of wanting to keep peace in a household.
Hmm.
Um, especially if a person is very sensitive, there's a lot that goes into the composition of just one individual, and if you're that type of person who's very sensitive and you want peace in the household, you may compromise and and it's not healthy because you may end up suppressing. And I think someone talked about that earlier, of not being able to trust someone who suppresses. But I think someone who doesn't want to argue a lot, maybe they grew up in a very combative household and they don't want that in their adult environment. So there's a lot of reasons that may go into why one individual, is not a doesn't correct doesn't communicate directly, you know, especially in difficult situations, which I think that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
I'm a very straightforward person, right? So I know how to speak on life. I know how to speak, but I'm a truth teller. I have to because I don't want to walk around with regret. I didn't tell you the truth. So I'm gonna get more of I don't want to hear the truth than me telling the truth, if that makes sense. Because
Respectfully, two things to be
you
true at the
gotta
same time.
learn. You gotta how else you gonna learn is if I don't tell you. If I don't tell you this is what it is, I'm not doing my job. Despite if you
Mhm.
want to hear it or not. I land with that.
Respectfully, I would say one person that I did want to mention that is a good example is Chadwick Boseman. He went under countless surgeries while filming all of these major films. You feel me? And nobody really knew that he was going through, the stuff that he was going through as far as colon cancer, chemotherapy, and his illness. You feel me? He pretty much kept that under wraps. And he was up into his passing. Nobody, like I said, nobody really knew. And that was, I think, he showcased the perfect of "I'm fine." You dig?
Mm-hmm.
He kept it energetic, and he kept up, like I said, up into his passing. Nobody really never knew. And it'd be like that sometimes. Some people just, they go, they go throughout life. I'm fine. Shout out to Chadwick. Long live Chadwick, man. Long live the Panther.
Wakanda forever.
Fourth one, I no. Let's see. Do a good one. Someone becomes sarcastic instead of honest. Is sarcasm disguised as anger?
Yo,
Sarcasm is disrespectful.
no, it's not because
Not all at once.
it's
Oh,
turning the conversation. This is when you know you won. That's all they got. The truth is out. Let's fix it. But now, when you start to talk, it's disrespectful because you hit a nerve, and that's the point that should be talked about. When you hit the motherfucking nerve, now you disrespected. My mama ain't shit. My kids ain't shit. Fuck this and fuck that. Like it gets out of hand and it changes the narrative. Because all I want to do is say, hey, man, something light, and you take it as a sign of disrespect. And now I want to take back the words that you thought it was disrespectful and say it a different way. It's too late. You already disrespected me. And I don't call, you know, females bees and I don't disrespect. I'm all 100 with this shit. So now that you're losing yourself by losing this conversation by name calling and shit like that. It takes it to a different level. I land.
I feel like sarcasm is an insult to a person's intelligence. Sometimes it's fun sarcasm. You can make it like a joke, but when it gets to sometimes I just feel like it's disrespectful. Um,
It's out of
it,
hand.
it can be the sarcasm can be like an insult to a person's intelligence,
Mm.
and I've never really spent company with people that are very sarcastic, and when I have, it hasn't been pleasant, you know. So I feel like sarcasm can be disrespectful. I learn with that.
It's like why you say that? Fuck made you say that?
See, that's funny. I'm a sarcastic person. See, but that's not. I won't. It's not. I'm not going like. Not in that way you were speaking of it.
Yup.
Not that I'm the light jab, try to lighten the situation of sarcasm, like type of person.
The fun person.
Right, right. So I gotta take clean. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, it can be fun. I mean, sarcasm can be fun, but
Uh,
there's another side of sarcasm.
Right,
yeah, it
right.
is. I know exactly what you're talking about. Right. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
I think sarcasm is just trying to play you. You feel me? Like you out with your guys and want to throw a jab. Hey man, fuck you say that shit for? That's an insult. I felt like you was trying. You really say it with your chest. Nigga. Don't try to hide the fact. Say it, man.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My phone died. That's why I just switch over. I didn't hear most of what y'all was talking about. Y'all can keep landing. Or did
We were
everybody
just
land?
talking about, we're still talking about sarcasm, and um one brother was saying, that he's a joker, so sometimes, he comes from the light element of sarcasm, but we were talking about there's a dark element to
There's a
sarcasm as
dark
well.
element to sarcasm, and I come from that side. There
Yeah,
is
that
a
was the
light
question.
side
Is it
that
disguised
you
as
know.
anger?
Yeah.
No. There's two sides. Depends on how you view it, right? Like how the person's saying it, who's saying it. The fuck you saying that shit for, man? You feeling some sort of way, my nigga? Say it, nigga. Or if you're around family, you know what I mean, and there's a sarcasm joke type shit. You know how to you're around the family, you feel me? But other than that, I kind of like do come from the dark side of sarcasm. It's rarely fun.
Because I
I
think
learned.
sometimes some people are being
Another
sarcastic.
legend.
They're trying to make you feel stupid.
You see what I'm saying? I come from the dark side of this shit, man. Like, what, man? Like, if the shit makes you think, like, if it's six people and you pick that shit the fuck up, I mean, like, was that a shot at me? Because sarcasm is
Yeah,
saying something indirectly to the person. You feel me? Like, you saying it to the person, but he gotta play catch up. Like, there's a guy I know. His name is Drag, and I'm telling you, that's where I learned it from. He's my cousin. His name is Drag. He live in the town. I grew up with this guy, and he's very vicious with his tongue, bro. Like he'll stab you, and you gotta know him to because he'll be in front of your face, and if you ain't catching it, bro, everybody's laughing. Everybody's fucking laughing, and you laughing too. But you know what I mean? Like niggas is like, nigga, he's talking about you. What you laughing for? Like I grew up around that shit. I grew up around that shit where you gotta think a little bit. If it's just fun sarcasm, you ain't gotta think. But if it's that dark shit, yeah, usually they talking about your ass. I land with that.
respectfully, I speak a little Espanol, poquito. But however, sarcasm is like one of my languages too. And from hearing y'all, I was thinking I was coming from lightening the mood. You feel me?
No,
Whatever
you
we
really with
going
this
through,
shit.
if
You really with this shit. When we call your phone, and as soon as you say yeah, you call the phone, but you say the name. Like your sarcasm is the light part of it. You feel me? Respectfully, your
yeah, dry
sarcasm is the
humor type
light part
shit.
of
You
it.
feel me?
It's
Right.
funny, you right?
Right.
But everybody on this panel know that usually it ain't like that. So respect to you with your light humor, and there's many like you. But to be around you, you know it's light humor. You gotta think, oh, okay, yeah, that you gotta catch on to it, right? But you know for a fact, dark humor is what really niggas is definitely tuned into. Made that way, man. I ain't mean to cut you off, my brother, but you are like humor. You are what we
Respectfully.
need.
Another. Nah, you copy.
You
Good.
make it fun.
Respectfully,
You
another
make humor
legend,
fun.
Robin Williams. And that's how it should be. You feel me? I mean, it has its pendulum. You feel me? It has its dark side, and that's where that's why it's so lighthearted. Because I know
What
there's a dark
everybody
side.
cut
That's where
off?
I'm more familiar with that.
Everybody cut
Oh
off?
no, this is
Everybody in
just
here.
I'm trying something.
Oh,
No, I'm speaking, so I'm trying something. I'm trying to do what Dirt was doing. When somebody's speaking, it's gonna go to you when you feel me type shit.
oh.
But yeah, another legend who tried to, wowed us, had a face of joy, was always laughing, but he was privately battling severe depression, Lewy body dementia. You feel me? And
Then let's go Richard
people,
Pryor, man.
his close and support system, family, probably knew. However, the world, what they knew him as, Robin Williams, another guy, legend. You feel me?
Richard Pryor, man.
One of these guys, and they say, he a legend too, but as far as he
Richard Pryor.
didn't commit
Richard
suicide,
Pryor.
he didn't commit suicide. He didn't do no self harm, so it doesn't really fit the what's the name? You're talking about him just being a legend comedian. I'm talking about people who said they were fine and were really not. You dig?
Richard Pryor.
No, ultimately led to the end of their
You gonna
life.
respect Richard Pryor. You gonna respect Richard Pryor, my nigga. You gonna respect that man. I think he was going through it. He brought props to his comedy. He brought props too.
Respectful. What's another one? Yeah, Sonny Moon trying to linger this thing on, man. Where the hell you at? Um, how y'all feeling? Y'all good? Y'all all right out there?
Yeah.
This plane ride is
Everybody all
smooth. It's
right out there? We
comfortable.
good?
We're
This plane
good.
ride is
We're
comfortable,
good.
man. This plane
Smooth
ride is
ride, smooth
comfortable.
ride. Copy. I'm gonna hit y'all with another commercial then. Keep it smooth, you dig?
This book is dangerous, not because it tells you what to think, but because it shows you who's been thinking for you. It exposes the illusion, the script, the invisible leash. After Cosmiscuous, you won't hear music the same. You won't see mirrors the same. You won't even see yourself the same. Warning. Side effects include awareness, freedom, and irreversible growth. Cosmiscuous. Read at your own awakening.
From the mind of Robert Trouble Johnson, a storyteller from Poughkeepsie, New York, with over 10 novels. But in Poughkeepsie, peace is just a pause before the storm. Raven was an invisible housewife, living a quiet life. Until one night, the truth kicked her door in. Because when survival calls, you don't stay soft, you evolve. The God Lady, where innocent dies and power is born. She was a housewife until the streets gave her a crown. Yes, sir. Tapping with those books available. Y'all feeling how y'all living? Smooth ride still? Everybody good?
Smooth ride. I'll probably be saying goodnight shortly, so but I'm still here for now.
All right, do your thing, do your thing. I appreciate you cruising and cruising with us. Let me see if I can find one a good one. Um,
Someone who gives short one word answers. Is that emotional punishment? That's coming off passive aggressive a little.
Manipulation.
Manipulation with the one words.
That's it. That's all.
Manipulative. Comes off manipulative then. That's a
Short
form of
one word
punishment.
answers.
That was a short one word answer. Are you being manipulative?
Maybe they just don't know how to communicate. I think that's come up more than once tonight.
Yeah, we can't do that anymore. And be honest, I can't even
Like
say
Sig said, they don't know
manipulation.
how to articulate. That's what I kept saying because I was having trouble pronouncing the word, so I had to keep saying it. Make sure I'm pronouncing it right. Manipulative, manipulative. Say that 3 times fast. Emotional punishment. So the one word answers come off unarticulated or unintelligent, and you say manipulative. Cool.
They may not even be emotionally available.
That's a good
You know,
one.
that's
That's a
just,
good one to
yeah,
throw
they
on the
just,
table.
Um, what Gemini said.
Manipulative, manipulative,
Yeah,
manipulative,
Manipulation.
manipulation,
That's what I say.
regulation, stimulation, legislation, wagwan,
Lay the fuck down.
emotional punishment, short one word answers. Yeah, I would say it comes off passive. Like if we're trying to have a conversation and you just giving me the short version, and you know that, like, come on, I'm actually intrigued in this thing, and you brushing me off like that. Come on, that's diabolical right there. That's diabolical work. What are we doing? Where's our energy at? Dirt back in the house. Want some dirt back in the house? That's diabolical work. If you in my face, knowing that we trying to get to a solution or
What's up?
even
What's up?
started. We just started. Something started. We just talking. And you just your energy's not there. You're not giving me your undivided. That's diabolical work.
Yeah.
Dirt.
What's up?
That's
The
that,
scenario was
that's too
someone
much.
gives
That's
short.
too much work.
A scenario was someone gives one. No, someone gives short one word answers. Question is that emotional punishment?
I mean, you asking me?
Yes, sir.
Um, it's gonna sound like I'm a broken record. I just hate disrespect. I hate disrespect more than I hate anything. So if you're giving me one word answers, you're probably being respectful, whether it's annoying or not, and you're not also not sharing your negative energy with me. That's another thing I hate. I hate the sharing of negative energy. I don't want you sharing that negativity with me. So if I say what we eating for dinner and all you say is burgers, that's good. I don't need you to break down that they what they made of and all of that. You know what I'm saying? You know I don't eat pork, so I could assume you know we ain't eating no pork burgers. We ain't eating no, you know what I mean? So I feel like if it's all about how it's all I guess it's all about how long it lasts and what's the reasoning behind it. Because I feel like when people are very selfish in their emotions and act like, to me, I think it's very conscious to realize that everybody goes through something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could come on here right now and start cursing Coop out or Gemini out or Venus out, curse them out because I'm having a bad day and just assume, oh, because they're in here, they must be having a good day. I don't know how their day went. I don't know how anybody's days went or when somebody's going through. And just because they haven't shared it with me doesn't mean that I can assume that the day is perfect. So I'm always under the the illusion or assumption. I know they say you shouldn't assume, but I'm under the thought process that you either having a good day today or a bad day today, and I don't know yet. Also, yesterday could have been a bad day. This could be your first good day. I'm not here to ruin it for you. So I will hope that my partner she would be showing the same thing, that she wouldn't want to ruin my first good day if this is my first good day today. Yeah, she will. So if it takes less words to not do that, then yeah, don't do that. And I'm gonna land with that.
Respectfully. Comic section. Rewind, pause, play. Comment section says, "What did you go get to eat?"
I got some turkey hot dogs and
You heard?
turkey hot dogs, some mixed vegetables and corn, and yeah, turkey hot dogs, mixed vegetables and
Sonny
corn.
Moon said, "Nah, they being passive aggressive." Yeah, I would agree. You can't just be in my face giving these short one answers, and yeah, we would have that acknowledgement. All of that would be accounted for. All of that is taken into consideration leading up to that point to us talking. That's why, like I said, we got to be on the same level. If I'm that willing and in it, you feel me, involved at that moment, you should be too. This is the emotional availability at that moment that we both asked for. And we did. Next question was, what feeling what feeling are they trying to control? I would say themselves from
But
doing some more
but
outlandish
are,
shit.
are all right? Are you asking for themselves or for the man?
Someone gives short one word answers. What feeling
No,
are they trying to control? So it would be your partner. It would be your partner and you speaking from experience. What feeling are they
what
trying to
feelings
control?
are they trying to control?
Yes, sir. I'm saying the feeling of self, them trying to get a hold on themselves, but not knowing how to articulate it with the right words or not knowing how to express themselves with the right feelings. It comes off and, misinterpreted or misunderstood to your partner, to me, you not
I'm
knowing how
saying
to,
I'm saying the status.
yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. You're trying to control the status of the relationship, but still want to be a female.
That's the
That
feeling
should
that
go
they're
your
trying
damn
to
self.
control, status.
The status, the instead of just letting it be and how it's supposed to be, the order of things.
Respectfully.
You,
So yeah, the position they're
you're
trying
fighting
to.
the status, right? No, I already respect you, and all you need is get the respect from your family that we create and me. That's the love and respect you, because right. But the status, it fucks everything up. So the feeling that they trying to control the status of the they want to be respectfully. I land.
Sunny Moon says a negative thought or answer. That's what they're trying to control. Interesting.
I'm gonna agree
It's
with
on the
you.
floor.
I'm gonna agree with you,
What
Mega.
feeling
I
are
hope.
they trying to control?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Oh,
I'm
thank
doing
you.
your style.
I'm gonna agree with you, Mega. I'm gonna hope that they trying to control themselves. Oh, you put me up there. I'm gonna hope they trying to control themselves so that way they can
Yeah, I'm doing your style.
because I truly believe in life that I've learned that I can't truly control anyone else but myself, and I barely could do that. So I will hope that any action that a person is trying to portray is an example of them trying to control themselves. That's the most important thing that they're trying to do. Because I could try to control somebody, but that's it's almost going to always end in failure. So you only can control somebody who wants to be controlled. You know what I mean? Who's going to allow it? So that's not me trying to control. That's them wanting to be controlled and me just applying that control. But I think I know I don't want to be controlled, and I would hope a person knows that about me. So if we're in a relationship, I would hope that the girl would respect that she can't control me with any type of manipulation type tactic. So she's just trying to control herself by using silence as a way to be respectful and to be thoughtful and maybe giving me a chance to think to hopefully come up with a conclusion. And I'll land with that.
Respectfully.
Yes.
V, Coop.
Yes, yes, I agree.
And why? Don't give us that one word short answer. Don't try to one word answer.
You feel me? You thought we gonna accept that?
Well, I'm imagining, different scenarios in which a person would have one word answers. And I think it's different reasons. I think here we're discussing like if the particular scenario is, um, I mean, the person may not just be a wordy person. I mean, there's different reasons. But if it's in a situation where you're having a very serious discussion and you need an answer from your significant other, and they're just giving you just one word answers and you actually need more, I think that's hostile. That's a form of hostility. It's a form of passive aggressiveness, I would think too, and they're just trying to provoke you, because you
Mm.
know you need more from them and they're not going to give it to you. And so it depends on the situation in which you're only getting these one word short answers. It does depend on the situation, because they may be doing that just to piss you off, and that could be cause
I
for
like that. I didn't think of that. I like the provoke, the provocation. I like that. I didn't think of that.
so it all depends on the situation, you know and I land with that.
Coop, what feeling are they trying to control?
by the
Uh, yeah.
by just giving you the one word answers, what feeling are they trying to
Right.
what feeling are they trying to control? I would say they're either trying to provoke anger
So I
or
was
they're
leaning
trying to
towards.
prevent an argument. It's one of the two.
Yeah, because in that moment they could be feeling angry, could be feeling violent, they could be feeling all of these things, but not really want to physically express it. So they think in that
Yes.
moment, silence or them shutting down could be the best thing. But the partner that's engaged in the conversation may like, hold on, what are you shutting down for? Let's talk. Let's you feel me? And you could be either provoking something that somebody that is shutting down, and you could be misreading, like I'm saying. They're telling you something that is actually triggering to them. But if not, misinterpret it, it could, set up a block on both. That's what I don't know. Those are my thoughts. Where why I would lead to say what they're trying to control itself. That's the feeling of, all of these things that running through their mind. That's an option for them to do, but they can't do it all at once. So shutting down is the best option
You
instead
make
of
it like,
lashing
let me just,
out, instead
I'm
of
gonna,
arguing.
I'm holding it in before I, before I let it all out.
I'd rather you shut down and turn up. Really, you know what I mean? Because in my current state of who I am, you turning up is gonna make me. I'm gonna end up being bullied by you, and if I'm getting bullied by you, I'm not looking at you. I don't protect my bully. I don't love my bully. So it's not going. I'm not going to
Respectfully.
look at you like you want to be looked at.
Respectfully. Mhm. Let's see. Let's get to another one. Um, Someone says, "I'm just tired." Is exhaust question is exhausting is exhausting exhausting, how you say that word, is
Exhaustion is
exhausting
exhaustion.
shit exhaustion is exhaustion sometimes emotional burnout.
Wait, yeah, those exhausting, man. Exhausting.
Exhaust how you say it? Exhaustion, is that right? Exhaustion.
Go
tongue
ahead,
twisted.
man.
I'm tongue twisted tonight.
It can, I mean,
But is
exhaustion
exhaustion
can,
sometimes
um,
Exhausting.
emotional burnout.
yes, it can be. It can be emotional burnout. You know, you may just be weary. And if you're in a relationship, you want your partner to be empathetic, you know, to that feeling, you know, and it all depends on what is causing the emotional burnout. Are you emotionally burnt out from life, like working, trying to pay the bills? Your boss is getting on your nerves, and then you come home and you want your partner to be more present with you. That can be a form of exhaustion, or are you exhausted in the relationship itself? You know, that's that. You know, that's that. What remains the question. But exhaustion can definitely be emotional burnout. It really can. I've been there. I've definitely been there. And I know that in those situations, when you're weary, it's a tiredness, it's a tiredness come from the inside, and you're barely holding yourself up. And I think in those moments, you would want compassion, from your partner more than anything. You know, that's when you want that shoulder to cry on.
Respectfully appreciate you sharing that.
I land
And
with
that's what
that.
I and that's what I'm saying. That if a person's been disrespectful, instead of being silent or being one word, now when they need that shoulder, it's hard for me to give it to them. I'm not feeling like this is a person I want to be giving a shoulder to because you've disrespected me.
Mhm.
You called me a name, you've been mean. So those one word things that or the silence, those things was moments you didn't choose to be you didn't choose to disrespect me. And that's why now if you just I don't even want to without even saying you don't want to talk, sometimes I could just read, all right, you being silent. I mean you don't want to talk about this. So that's cool. And now if you just came over there and just went to give me a hug, I could be more receptive of that in that moment, opposed to you doing something that, like I said, we got to now work through that too. So I feel like, yeah, I can understand. I can understand if you're feeling a certain way and you're doing those things because now you're keeping it in a loving energy, and that's what we both want from each other if we're in a relationship. And I'll end with that.
Ashe.
Word, I say respectful.
Can we
Jim,
argue
cool.
and release later, or do I keep it and only release mentally? Um, Before anybody said, can we just answer what Sunny said? She said, can we argue and release later, or do I keep it and only release mentally? Long as the it's why is your release has to be a negative thing? That's my question. Why does it have to be an example of negativity? Why can't your release be just is that's what's coming out of your release? Is it going to be an attack on me? Is it going to be an attack on this relationship? Is it going to be an attack on who I am? Is that your release at that moment? Because there's a difference between just kind of like saying how you feel about something, but it's also a difference between attacking somebody and disrespecting somebody. So if you're doing those things, it's different. It's okay to have a conversation, I guess, and be releaseful, but are you being respectful in that release? I think is the most important thing. And I'll land with that.
That question to the panel: can we argue and release later, or do I keep it only and release mentally? I agree with Dirt and I agree with V. There could be life, work, other things up until that point to where you just said, "Look, I'm fed up. I'm tired." And if those things go unrecognized, unexplained, talked about in you releasing, if you haven't had therapeutic ways to release yourself up until that point, then yeah, obviously it's gonna come off, crazy for the both of y'all. Because that release, that's not. I don't deserve all of that. I only deserve what's in that moment and what we've been going through. Your release is you. If your release is based upon on the relationship on the weight that we've built, then yeah, that's all on me. I carry that. But everything, that's when it becomes like a lot, too much type shit. I land, Jim, cool.
I'm here. I got nothing.
Is Let me see if I get this right. Is exhaustion sometimes emotional burnout? Exhaustion.
Could be.
Isn't that the question we just went over?
Yes, man. I didn't get, and I don't think everybody landed.
Oh, so yeah, I think everybody landed. We all agree that it is.
Let's go, Dirk.
I landed on it.
Oh, okay.
You
Oh,
said
we all
what?
agree. Everybody landed. Same shit.
What did we say?
I said we all no. Sunny Moon said let's go. Sunny Moon said let's go, Dirk.
With that question?
All right, we all landed. So no more.
Well, I'm gonna say good
Now
night,
I'm gonna get to a quick
gentlemen.
commercial.
I'm gonna say good night.
All
Great
right.
night. Great night.
Appreciate you, love.
Good night, Venus.
Good
Respect.
night. Good
coming
night,
through.
gentlemen. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you again.
Great night. Great night to you.
Love, much success. We're gonna get to a quick commercial.
I'm 34 and a half. I'm your favorite cousin from my auntie uncle you know you had. And I am here for AJ's and I am here for Hood Service announcement. But the reason I want to talk to this man right now is April 17th. At the spot that's 3325 Keith Shire Way in Lexington, Kentucky. Comedy will be going down. In the words of my cousin, oh my God. Did I do it right?
It's oh my God. You know what I mean? That's how you do it. But anyway you say it, any variation, man, it's still all the same, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Listen, it's going down at the spot, man. Me, 34 and a half, man. We doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? Come see these jokes. We telling jokes at a high level, man. If you want to come out and laugh, you want to get some QT points with your girl, you know what I'm saying? You can do two things at once, man. So I expect to see you there, man, if you want to see a high quality show, you dig?
And I'm gonna tell you this right here. I just watched this man's special about like maybe whenever it released, maybe like a month ago, was it? Hilarious. I'm a hater. No, I'm a hater. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a hater.
Yeah.
So especially when I watch, it's like watching porn when you fuck good. It's sometimes you like I could have. He ain't holding his leg right.
Yeah.
This nigga was holding his leg right. At the library, he had to make a noise at the library.
Facts, man. That's what we do, man. We put in work and the results show for themselves, man. Our resume ain't never been on trial, man. Real deal funny. So you know what I'm saying? The 18th at the spot, y'all pull up. You dig?
Thank you, my God. Bless. Yeah, come through. If you in Kentucky, come through. If you're in Lexington, to the spot. We need everybody there. It's next Friday. Yeah, next Friday.
Yes, sir. All right, let's get into the grand finale, man. Let's get ready to land this thing. Someone waits for the other person to ask what's wrong. Question: is expecting someone to chase unhealthy? Everybody jump out the window.
I would say definitely because you're putting expectations on somebody, and that's going to always create a resentment. That expectation. So you want to make sure that you're not putting the expectation on somebody that's unrealistic because you don't want to create a resentment from that. I expect this person to chase me. I expect this person to behave a certain way. And I think that when you have that expectation of wanting to be chased, I think is what makes you feel like you want people to be wrong. When you want the person to be wrong, you're going to maybe create ways they could be wrong because you're hoping that those people are in that forgiveness phase or they looking to be forgiven because you might like the way that feels. But just because you think somebody needs to be forgiven doesn't mean that they really doing something wrong. So I would say definitely pay attention to what you got going on. Don't just assume that. I'm gonna land with that.
Respectful. Cool. Is expecting someone to chase unhealthy?
Yeah. Any type of chasing is unhealthy.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ice.
Why are we chasing
Yeah.
today for?
Yeah. Herbie?
Huh?
We both agree.
You
that
said
we're
chasing
gonna
on
do
both parts is unhealthy, right?
this. Huh? Yeah. On both
You
halves.
said
We both agree we're gonna do this. So why are we chasing? What's the point of chasing?
Yeah.
And if you're upset, why am I chasing and trying to get a conversation out of you? That's that. Yeah, everything's unhealthy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
That's aura.
Respectfully.
Thank you.
Where's your cup at?
It's over there, I
Next
think.
question is, why
I
do
don't.
people
Yeah. I
want
gotta throw it out. I got throw it
Next
outside.
question is, Sonny Boom says, no, I think not overbearing the person with their emotion and giving them a time to notice if you have one kind of helps. No, I think not overbearing. Respectfully. So the next question is, why do people want to be persuaded emotionally? It's on the floor.
Because emotion could be passion or anything like that. People connect a lot to emotion. They connect a lot of positive energies to it. They connect as admiration. So when you have those things connected like that, of course, that person is going to think that, all right, yeah, this person likes me because if they do this, that's what's meaning. That's what it means. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why people like that. And I'm going to land with that.
Respectfully. Cool. Why you think people like being persuaded, man, emotionally? Cool and sunny.
I don't know.
Then we're going.
To not, I don't know. Really, I have a comment. Interesting.
Asian persuasion. You never been had that Asian persuasion put on you?
No, not yet, man.
No. Sunny. Why do people want to be persuaded?
Emotionally.
I would think it's something that they lack.
I, I was
Something
you
that
know,
they
not
lack.
face the music,
You said not faith. That's a good one.
not face or like not face the music. So they want to be persuaded to. I don't know, bro. Yeah, I mean, gentlemen, land fine. Yeah.
No, that's a good one. I get what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Not faith so much themselves, but just in anything to even want to move forward type shit.
Right.
Yeah, great night, my brothers, man.
You already.
I enjoy the night.
Good evening.
Appreciate you, brother, man. Blessing, much success, man. And Sunny Moon says, because it's one of the forms of showing that you care. Are you understand that person? I get it. I would say it comes from, well, yeah, that's an interesting view, but I would say it comes from something to lack, something that they lack, and putting on you to fulfill them with that they eventually don't want nothing deposited in. You feel me? And they get emotional withdrawal through these little interactions. They don't have any room because they have a fucking black, empty heart. And they depend on your heart to try to, you feel me? And your damn energy, your kindness to use you, to use that, because their heart doesn't work. So that's why I would think that's why they trying to get you to, you feel me? Empty your damn heart out too. Well, fellas, that brings us to last commercial in the closing. I appreciate you guys.
Thanks for having us,
with
man.
me.
Definitely.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah, definitely tune in tomorrow. HSA Hood service announcement at 8.
Talk about all the topics.
Give them a little taste of what we having
you
tomorrow.
Know
what we got?
Man, we got a lot of different things, man. A lot of news that's happening. If you're watching the news, you know about everything that's going on. Let me see real quick. Let me see. We got King Harris. We got a story about King Harris talking about T.I. Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yep. And we got a story about
Big Shaq. Shaq Attack.
Tyler the Creator. And tomorrow is Take Me to Jail. Y'all know that. We gotta find out who's going to jail.
Yes, sir.
Take me to jail. Lock me up.
And you know we're gonna talk about that. We talking about Offset and TJ, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You already know. Yeah, tapping with us, man. Beat us there, don't meet us there. You already know at 8. Hood service announcement.
This is BK.
Mike Payne.
Carly.
34 and a half.
Hot Boy Shay.
Tyrell. And I play Tyrell.
And Monica.
Jay.
Asu.
Mo.
Big Prince in that series Make Some Noise.
You gon' hear me now, feel me now. I'm 10 toes, no small talk, straight to the pen.
Throughout the season, you see him going through where in the beginning he wanted to just do his music and work a regular 9 to 5, but as things continue to happen to him, he has to respond to the environments that he gets put in.
Damn. Nah, fucked up, cuz. Yo, my bad, bro. Where the fuck was you at anyway? I was trying to get a little bottle or something, type of weapon that even the odds, it was more than us. A lot of people called me and was like, when they see me, I like to say I retreated, which is something people do in war all the time. They retreat to, regroup. Another word I like to use when I think about that scene. People thought I was like, punani.
Nigga, you must not know who the fuck I am, nigga. This my city. Y'all beat his ass. Get up, bitch ass. You ain't talking
I had people say, you just being you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't no bully though. I ain't no bully, but yeah, don't take me there, bro. But other than that, yeah, just I'm that nigga, and I definitely feel like I'm that nigga. You supposed to feel like that, you feel me? Yeah.
Damn, she fine as hell. What the fuck you doing with this bum ass nigga? Might well come to my section.
Nigga, I wouldn't give you the time of day if you paid for it. Like she's a good person at heart. I just think she's in the wrong career field.
You be surprised what type of men I see on a daily. Oh, what? That make you nervous? You scared?
Nah, not even.
I think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go tap in with my guy, I'm So Tyrell, and make some noise at I'm So Tyrell page. My guy featuring my guy 34 and a half and all that. Appreciate my co-pilots for popping in, popping out, jumping and hopping on a flight with me. Appreciate Sunny Moon, you in the comments, Tesla, popping out. Appreciate everybody, man. Let's close this thing on now, man. Tonight, Hold on. Tonight, we heard a lot of I'm fine. Tonight, hold on. Let's start all over. Tonight, we heard a lot of I'm fine, and not one of them actually meant it. Because I'm fine is one of those most polite ways to hide how you really feel. It's easier to say I'm fine than to say that hurt me. I feel ignored. I don't feel heard, because once you say it out loud, now you're vulnerable. Now you risk being misunderstood or worse, not cared for. The way you hope so people protect themselves with two words, I'm fine. But here's the problem. Silence doesn't solve anything. It just delays it. Eventually, what you don't say starts to show up in your tone, your distance, and your energy. I told the relationship feels heavy and nobody knows exactly why. So tonight, the real question is, why do people say I'm fine? Do they feel safe enough to say it when you're not? Because the real connection doesn't come from perfect communication. It comes from honest communication. So the next time you feel it, don't hide behind it. Say what you need before silence says it. And for the next time, speak a little clearer, listen a little deeper, and don't let unspoken feelings circle the runway forever. Good night. Sorry you couldn't see me. Tune in, you already. Oh, no, don't leave. Don't leave. Just leave the studio. Come on, cuz. You understand. There you go. And the street.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until you have properly processed. Keep your mind clear until next time.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.